My name is Sir Owen. I am a devout follower of Saradomin and serve the Temple Knights. I have met Saradomin in person, and he has directly given me his backing. With the help of our god of order and wisdom, I have been chosen to lead Asgarnia to glory, and with him at my side, I cannot fail. I envision a world where the realms are united, with prosperity for all those who choose to live here. Under my command, Asgarnia will defeat all those who threaten us and our view. Our friends in Misthalin are ruled by House Romanus. King Rold has always been an open king, an honest leader, how a king should rule. Our kingdoms have been allies for centuries under the holy symbol of Saradomin. Our unity is one that the other kingdoms can only aspire to have. Then we have House Ardinus, under the rule of King Thoros. He also sees the beauty of our protector, Saradomin. They are indeed a rich and strong kingdom, with unparalleled wealth and an army whose size is unmatched. Our partnership with House Ardinus will be vital to create a united Gielinor. Then we have Mauritania, under the evil rule of their lord in House Drakan. They are our biggest threat, with armies of demons and other vile creatures. Their belief in Zamorak is leading their way, though their god has not shown his presence to them. Once our armies from the west and east are gathered together, we'll move towards their lands over the River Salve and conquer Mauritania, save the good people who hide in the towns. No longer shall they be under the horror that is House Drakan. We also have the Caridian rule, under the Pharaoh. Extremely unintelligent people, they lead their lands with slavery and force, where the Pharaoh steals the fruits of the citizens' labours for his own gain. The land is in poverty, yet he swims in its wealth. It's not a way to lead a country. Once we have the east side of the Salve, we will aim to aid the citizens in the Caridian desert. Lastly are the barbarians in the Fremennik province, serving for House Brunt. Their leader's the stereotypical example of all brawn and no brains. Nothing but a bunch of muscles with an axe. He does nothing but sit in their halls, eating the food from the animals they've butchered. Uneducated people, they may lack tactics and intelligent decisions, but we must be wary of their sizable forces, all capable of bashing people's skulls in with relative ease. We'll direct our attention towards them once we've dealt with the bigger threats to us. However, for now, the attention is on us. Asgarnia is center stage, set to unite the lands with the backing of our lord Saradomin. We're ready to take the fight to the vexatious Zamorakians. It is Asgarnia who will reign supreme, who will conquer the evils and create a perfect world by uniting all these divided thrones of...
Men! Attack!
Sir Owen? Owen! Can you hear me? Oh no.
Good morning, Sir Amic.
Ah, good morning, John. How is the shop today?
Same old, same old. Been selling quite a lot of buckets lately. I'm not quite sure why. Perhaps a local dairy farm has been needing some extras. Or perhaps there's a nobleman in town who wants to start a bucket collection. I can't really say. All I know is that our wares seem to be flying off the shelves.
Oh, that's good to hear.
So anyway, Sir Amic, what can I do for you today? Do you require anything, or did you just pop in for a chat?
I'm just bound for a chat, really. I'm having an old stretch of the legs, making sure all the citizens are content.
Ah, that's very noble of you, sir. It's nice to know that the higher-ups at the castle don't forget about us little people. Especially given how easy it would be for the knights to confine themselves to the castle and just get squires to do their daily business for them. Was that not one of your lookouts?
It appears so. Sorry, it looks like I have a matter to attend to. I'll be back later to continue this conversation.
Alright, farewell, Sir Amic.
Look out! Hey, lassie! For what reason are you running so quickly?
Ceramic, it seems like Taverley is in trouble. The guards at the gate, they have all abandoned their positions. Smoke is coming from the town. Something is seriously wrong, Ceramic.
Hold on, lassie. Could it just be the town beacon being lit?
It can't be, sir. There's lots of smoke from many locations. It must be something more than just a beacon. And you know the rules. The gate guards do not leave their posts unless the town is in danger.
This is troubling news. Find Sir Tiffy in the park. Tell him to meet me in the council room. It's time for an emergency meeting.
I just don't see the concrete evidence here, Amic. Lass could have just been seeing things. Or in this case, not been seeing things. It is quite a distance to Taverley. Perhaps he just didn't notice the guards in their positions. Furthermore, even if the smoke was spread out, that could just be the wind blowing it over the town. You need to remember that the military defense in Berthorpe specializes in dealing with troll attacks, so this should be no difficult matter for them. Besides, we would notice if a massive army passed the gates now, wouldn't we?
Vance, if the beacon was lit, then we would still need to respond. We didn't receive word that there would be a test, so it would be an actual emergency. No, it must be a town fire, which the guards are probably dealing with. Taverley lives right on a lake, so they will have no shortage of means to deal with the problem.
Indubitably. If there's a town fire, they will deal with it quickly. Just send the injured a basket of fruits on the king's behalf or something.
I seriously doubt this was just a town fire. They have enough patrolling guards to deal with the issue, so there would be no need for the guards on the gate to abandon their position.
But can we say for sure that they did abandon their position?
Lassie may not be the most veteran of lookouts, but he is a lookout. If he says the guards have abandoned their position, then I fully believe that he is telling the truth. And all of us should be aware what that means. After all, the gate guards will only leave their position if the Crown Prince himself requires their help.
What are you suggesting, Amic?
I'm suggesting that the Crown Prince himself is in danger by then. If Anlof got hurt, seriously hurt, then I fear for how the king would react. The king is in a sorry enough state as it is. The last thing he needs is the news that his only heir has been severely injured.
Gentlemen, I believe we are all forgetting something here. Just this morning, Sir Owen went to do the rounds himself in Taverley and Bertha. Regardless of whether there is a town fire or not, we have one of, if not the most capable men in Asgarnia, dealing with the situation as we speak. It is quite fortunate when you put it in that way. For Owen decided to make the rounds to make sure our neighbors in the nearby town were safe and happy. I think we should all bear this in mind, for we can rest easy with the knowledge that Anlaf is currently under the protection of our infallible Knight Sir Owen.
Sirs, a guard from Taverley has just arrived at the castle and is requesting to speak with you.
A guard from Taverley themselves. This changes everything, men. Come on.
Uggers, if you're here, where's Sir Owen? What is happening over there?
It's a massacre, sir. The Fremenniks, they came down from the mountains. None of us were expecting them. Before we even knew it, one of their men put a crossbow bolt straight through Owen's heart. There was nothing I could do.
Take your time, lad.
I tried helping Sir Owen, but he was unresponsive. The Fremenniks came barreling down, ransacking the houses. Those poor citizens. I have never seen such a brutish thing in my life. Houses were set aflame. Anything that could be broken was smashed mercilessly. They seemed to be pillaging for the sake of pillaging.
How did they make it through the mountains, sir? As I heard of the Fremenniks, their mountain tribes are at odds with their main forces, and furthermore they have troll country to worry about. It sounds like a sizable force, so I'm questioning how they've managed to get so many people through.
I don't know, sir. I'm just telling you what I saw with my own eyes.
Well, if it doesn't make any sense, then why should we believe you?
Now, Ivan, I was merely questioning the logistics. Look with your eyes, or what's left of them anyway. Aegis is in a very rough condition right now. Irrespective of what force has come his way, it must be a worthy threat. Make sure to get Aegis some medical help once he's finished here. He's going to need it.
Thank you, sir. As I said, I'm not quite sure how or why they came. All I can say is that they did.
So Sir Owen is missing in action. That completely sets back our current plans. Tell me, how could this get any worse?
I regret to inform you, sir, but after I saw Owen get shot, I tried to find Anlaf, since I knew that's the order he would have given me if he was able to. I checked the castle, but he was not there, and I tried searching as many other places as I could, trying to fend off my Fremennik attackers. I couldn't find him anywhere. In the end, I had to run here, since I knew the information would be more valuable than me sacrificing myself to take down a few Fremenniks.
And right you were.
So you're saying you checked everywhere?
As many places as I could, sir. Anlaf was in none of them, and given the scale of the invasion, if he wasn't already gone by the time I started looking, the Fremenniks are sure to have found him. I'm so sorry, sir. I am so sorry. But I think Anlaf might be.
No, that's enough. Knight, take Aggers to the medical bay and address his wounds.
Aye, sir.
So, what now?
That's what we're all thinking, Vant. If Anlaf truly is missing, then, well, I don't know what to think about it.
Then we have to go now. Think of what the people would make of this. It's going to be hard enough addressing their fears after Berthorpe and Taverley, especially since we've just lost Owen. But we'd be in an impossible situation if Anlaf has gone too. Surely you realise that this is our only opportunity to rescue the Crown Prince before the Fremenniks get him.
I actually agree with Vance on this one. We need to remember that we are currently in a very prosperous time for Asgarnia. Mounting an attack on an unsuspecting tribe who are yet to establish their footing in our kingdom will not be a drain on our ubiquitous resources.
And this is why I'm the one with battle scars, and you're not. You two don't understand what it means to get an army ready. You can't get an army into proper formation just like that on a whim. We have a good force, but we'll need some time to mobilize it properly. Of course, we could try and go through with this rescue mission, but do you really want to risk putting the knights into battle without assembling them correctly? Vant, you talk about what the public think, but what would they think if we sent a force that ended up being overpowered because they were striking out of formation? We know the Fremenniks overpower us by brute force, so we'll need to deal with this tactically, and we cannot deal with this tactically without thinking it over first.
I have to agree with Ivan. With all due respect, Silith Vant, our only advantage over the Fremenniks is our tactical mindset. Their muscles are as hard as our white armor, and there's little we can do to block an axe or a blunt weapon that would smash straight through the shields we raise to stop it.
I am of the same mindset. The Temple Knights are a special force. We may not have great numbers, but we have excellent tacticians. We are no use on such short notice. We need to give it time.
I respect your views, sirs, but is that really what we're opting to do then? Sit back and wait?
No. Quite the contrary. For starters, I'm suggesting that we fortify our gates with guards until we've got the troops ready to march. Furthermore, while this won't be instantaneous, we will need to be able to do this relatively quick, so just keep the public in the dark for the time being. Plus, there's something very obvious that we haven't mentioned yet.
And what would that be?
We still have allies. Owen might be gone, but we still have our friends in Misthalin and Kandaren. What we can do, right now, is send the Ravens.
Yes, I think we can all agree to that. Shall I go draft up a letter asking for whatever aid they can spare and then send them off?
Aye.
Excellent. I bid you all adieu for the time being then, gentlemen.
We really need to inform the king about all of this.
I suppose we do. Which one of us should be the bearer of bad news then?
I don't envy whoever that is.
I suppose that should probably be me, given that I'm the closest with him for the time being. Everyone should probably return to their duties. Viven, work on getting the troops ready to deal with the upcoming threat. Vant, try and keep the public placated while fortifying the gates. Tiffy, I suppose for public image, you should probably return to the park as if nothing has happened.
Are you sure you wish to inform Valence about this, Amic?
Yes, we'll reconvene to discuss our next move soon. The council is dismissed for now.
Sir Amic?
Yes, I'm here to speak with Valence. What is his current state?
Not good, I'm afraid. He's so frail that even without my magic, he probably doesn't have long left. Without my magic, well, that's not worth thinking about.
I can hear you both, you know.
Your Grace.
Skip the formalities. Amic, I take it you have some urgent news for me.
Yes, Your Grey. Valence. We've received a first-hand report that Berthorpe and Taverley have been taken by the Fremeniks, and Owen has been killed.
What of Anlaf? What of my boy? Amic!
Anlaf is safe, Valence. The guard who told this to us managed to get him out safely.
Can I see him?
Not yet, Valence. He's currently with the troops, aiming to lead a response attack with the White Knights to reclaim the cities.
Can he not come see me?
I did say that you'd probably want to see him, but he said that time is of the essence, and him personally leading the offensive would do wonders for his troops' morale. I think he surprised us all with how much he's matured since we last saw him.
My son is finally turning into a man, it seems. Thank you, Amic. I appreciate you telling me that. When the assault is over, make sure you let me personally thank the guard who saved Anlaf. I'm sure I could find some great honor to give him as a reward.
Of course, Valence.
Well, Amic, I should let you get back to your business. I imagine it's quite busy in the castle right now.
You can say that again, Valence. I hope you'll return to good health soon.
I think I'll need a bit more than hope, Amic. Medic, don't get distracted.
My apologies, Your Grace. I'll double my efforts. Farewell, Sir Amic.
Hold your sword steady, soldier. The grip around that handle's like the grip around your life. Don't lose it.
I'm doing my best. It's a very heavy sword.
Steel is not a light metal. Have a swing at me. Determination, soldier. Trick me. Don't show me where you're aiming.
I'm sorry, sir.
Take a minute. Ah, hell. Boss! A raven is arriving. Looks like it came from the east.
Oh, really? I could only wonder what it's about.
Well, I can't remember the last time we received a raven bearing good news. I doubt this will be any different.
Your Grace, we've just received a letter.
Yes. I'm aware. Could I have the letter, please? Summon the council. I apologize for calling you all here on such short notice, but we've just received a raven from Asgarnia saying that the Fremeniks have taken Berthorpe and Taverley. They need our help.
Knew it wouldn't be good.
Why would they need our help? The White Knights can surely take back the town themselves.
Well, they're planning to launch an attack, but they just want additional aid to augment their forces.
So there is no direct threat. Why would they want our aid if they already have the forces in place to launch the counterattack? Like Radix suggests, the White Knights should be able to deal with this by themselves.
I find that the idea of sending aid to them would be attacks on our resources that would not be worthwhile. Have they even said how long they want us for or what we'd be doing? Are we forgetting that we have White Wolf Mountain in the way of our passage? We have a large distance to cover, and this would be a very expensive move on our part to give some bonus help they may not need in the first place.
Henning, what's your opinion?
Edmund and Handelmort raise good points, Your Grace. There are a lot of logistical issues that we'd have to deal with just to give them aid which they may not really need.
Really?
So it's settled then. We'll let Asgarnia deal with this themselves.
Hold on there, Foros. You are just going to do nothing.
Why, yes, didn't you hear my advisors? It's not worth doing.
They would not have sent this raven if they thought they could handle this themselves. And furthermore, you're ignoring the fact that they said the Fremeniks attacked Berthorpe and Taverley, and took the towns. If they managed to pull off such a successful surprise attack, after traveling through the mountains. This must be a serious force. We do not know what their intentions are. What's to say they're going to stop at those 2 towns?
You are forgetting Falador's military strength, Hellhound. Burthorpe and Taverley are 2 towns with guards constantly preoccupied by troll invasions. Falador is a well-fortified city under the protection of 2 divisions of knights. With strong walls and many people protecting them, the invaders won't be able to get a surprise attack on them, now that Asgarnia is aware that Fremenniks are there.
We are talking about a force which took a town after making it through the mountains. This is a strong force, and if they are reinforcing themselves in the new territory, then they will have enough brute force to tear the walls of Falador to the ground.
Then surely that's a good reason to focus on ourselves then. There is not a mountain between the Fremenniks and us. We should focus on protecting ourselves in case we're next.
And if we're not, then Asgarnia is toast.
Please, Hellhound, settle down. Don't get so worked up over this.
Settle down. You're proposing we do nothing, Edmund. And the longer we wait, the worse those people are going to suffer. What are we going to do when the Fremenniks have taken all of Asgarnia because of our apathy and left us disconnected from our Misthalinian friends? When they turn on us and they're too powerful to be defeated, and our complete selfishness causes so many citizens of Asgarnia to be butchered in their homes.
Hellhound, please. My advisors have told me that we should not do anything right now, so that's the course of action we are taking.
You're the king of this kingdom. You're the one who should be making the kingdom's decisions. Have you forgotten how Asgarnia aided us in the Great Hunger, and this is how you repay them when they call for our assistance? You call yourself a king, start acting like one.
I am acting like a king, and my decree is we shall wait.
You're pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Start making your own decisions before you call yourself a king. If none of you self-centered, despicable people are going to help, then I'm going to offer my services personally to the people that need it. Consider this my termination from your service for us. I've put up with enough of your ambivalence towards matters which need swift action. I hope you and all your advisors think about the blood you're putting on your hands, because each and every citizen, each and every soldier, each and every human in Falador who is killed by a Fremennik will be a result of your actions. You will never be able to wash this blood off for us. Goodbye, and good riddance.
Grant him leave. I stand by my decision. We will bide our time and continue as normal until we receive more developments.
Actually, Your Grace, there is one thing we could do that might be of use to Asgarnia. We may not be acting now, but that does not mean we will not need to act in the future. So for now, we should do what we can to strengthen ourselves. If Asgarnia thinks it would be wise to augment their forces, there is no reason we can't do the same. So I propose we should send a raven to the elves. Not only should they be aware of what is going on elsewhere in Gielinor, they may be able to help us should we end up sending forces to Asgarnia.
A splendid idea. We would not be risking any of our acquired wealth or land, and the worst they could do is say no. At best, we have more resources to handle in any upcoming conflicts. Radek, I presume you're fine with this too?
Aye.
Shall I prepare the raven then, Your Grace?
Of course! If you are happy with this decision, I trust your judgment. I'll leave writing the letter to you.
Thank you, Your Grace. I'll see to this matter now.
Should I inform the local populace of this, Your Grace?
I don't see any reason to. We're just going to continue as if nothing had happened. The people don't need to know everything that goes on inside of this castle.
It is with utmost regret that I must inform you, loyal citizens of Misthalin, that our friends in Asgarnia have been subject to a brutal assault from the Fremennik forces of the West. We have all been caught off guard by the sudden, unexpected attack, and I would ask that all of you send a prayer to Saradomin that those poor citizens of Burthorpe and Taverley make it through these troubling times. However, you yourselves should not fear. Misthalin is still in a very strong position, and we can assure you that even if we ourselves were attacked out of the blue, we would be able to protect you. Furthermore, I have also received word that Falador has gone into talks about how they are going to reclaim their losses. We hope that this incident will be redeemed soon, and we wish all those citizens in Asgarnia well, and that those brave men who are fighting for their kingdom will succeed against the new threat. The piety displayed by the Asgarnians is an inspiration to us all, and it is with great pleasure that I am announcing that Misthalin has called a council meeting to see what we can do to augment their efforts. These may be troubling times, but rest assured, Misthalin will remain safe and secure for all of our great citizens.
Oh, Misthalin will remain safe and secure. Could you wax lyrical any more?
Not now, Ellie.
What do you mean not now? Are you gonna go have your little no girls allowed tea party?
Now, my queen. Me and Ro would have some very important business to attend to. I'm sure you'll have your own matters to attend to in the palace gardens.
Huh.
That woman is insufferable.
Now, Royald. We should get started with this meeting.
Let's.
Greetings, Roald. Are you ready to talk business?
Of course, Reldo. I presume that everyone present is already aware of the raven that arrived?
Yes.
Then let's not delay. What should we do about Asgarnia?
Taverley is weak right now. Very weak. So the initial thought is, should we send troops in? However, Asgarnia's not given us any information about the scale of the Fremennik forces. Asgarnia's hold on that land is negligible, but the Fremenniks could be very pressed for troops, heavily fortified, or anywhere in between. I want to send our forces in as much as everyone else here does. But until we know what we're up against, we need to hold fire.
Quite right, Rovin. And then we'd have to turn to the next question. What about Falador itself? Undoubtedly, they're in turmoil right now. However, as most of us are well aware, Falador is protected by both the White Knights and the Temple Knights. I could go on all day about the histories of these two forces, but I'll cut to the chase. They are very capable, and even if Asgarnia has been set back by this attack on their lands, Falador is full of several great leaders able to step up to the plate and take command, uniting their forces and putting up a fight for any would-be invader. Needless to say, since Falador is still able to defend itself, we should direct our attention elsewhere.
Very good points, gentlemen. Sending troops into either Taverley or Falador would be pointless. However, I must now add on to what has been said. With the edicts no longer in place, we cannot forget about the enemies in the east, Drakan and his forces. Any troops we send out will be troops we no longer have defending ourselves. And lest we forget that it is not just Drakan that we need to be mindful of. With the edicts gone, who knows what unknown gods may be attempting to help or hinder our kingdoms. Situations could change at any time. Plus, we have those wildlings in the north, whose brutality makes those Fremenniks look civilized, killing any poor soul who happens to wander into the wilderness without any remorse or thought for their actions. While there's no indication that they'd ever come south of the war, we cannot assume this will always be the case. We need to keep ourselves protected.
You've all made good points, gentlemen. I don't intend to stick around any longer than what we need. After all, time is money. So I'll keep this short. At this point in time, as much as we all want to get involved with Asgarnia, we will not be able to get the balance right just by extrapolating from the incomplete data we have been sent. We will either send too few troops to do anything worthwhile, or so many we will put ourselves at a disadvantage.
At the risk of Ellie castrating me for waxing lyrical, I do appreciate how harmonious our council is. While other kingdoms may bicker and struggle to decide on a course of action, we always seem to have the same mindset and come to a solid conclusion with ease. As Niall so brilliantly surmised, we can't do anything about Asgarnia without hindering ourselves. Rest assured, gentlemen, I have no plans to keep us idle for longer than needs be. I'll summon you all here once we have a new development in Asgarnia, where we may be able to get involved and actually make a difference there. The council is dismissed. You're all free to go.
So then I told him, not only will we take your camel, we'll kill your son as well. Oh yeah, what a classic. Where are those grapes I ordered?
My leader, I have looked for a while, but there seems to be no grapes in, well, the middle of the desert.
Are you not obeying my orders? Should I tell the Pharaoh what kind of help you are to me?
Please, I looked everywhere.
Now listen here, okay? When I want my grapes, you'll get me my grapes. I don't care if you have to run all the way to Misthalin. You will do it. That's what I brought you for, wasn't it? I'd personally rip your eyes out, but quite frankly, you don't deserve.
Am I interrupting your meeting, Patel?
Maya Fey, my old friend, what's the news from the north?
It's all fun and games up there. The Fremennik escaped through the mountains and took 2 towns from Asgarnia. Now Falador is floundering around trying to figure out what to do about it. They even sent ravens asking the other kingdoms for help. The amount of self-restraint I needed to not shoot them down.
That is absolutely hysterical. The Fremenniks coming south? Finally, they got a taste of this putrid Asgarnian air. A bit smoky from all that dwarven machinery, but hey, I suppose not everybody likes having to breathe sand for their entire life. Especially that last slave who failed me, who ended up swallowing sand for the rest of his life, but that's okay, we'll forget about that. But hey, who can blame those Fremies? That north wind must be awfully cold.
Absolutely.
Such a shame, though. Berthrope and Taverley is so far away. If they'd taken Lumbridge or something, then maybe we could go say hello face to face. Or face to dagger. Ooh, oh, hop here, man. Give me a... All right. Alas, their supplies won't be coming our way anytime soon. But hey, we're not out of the game just yet, my friend. Chapster!
Why won't he ever call me by my proper name? Yes, Great One?
Am I one to let a little bit of distance to get the better of me?
No, Great One. You're the sort of person who would take that distance and violate it in ways outlawed in most kingdoms.
Right answer. So what if we're too far away to get involved in person? I can think of some fun ways to get in on the action.
Men, our campaign has been a complete success. With the towns of Berthorpe and Tavalek under Fremennik control.
Skull! Yeah!
Tonight we feast in celebration. However, we cannot take the sole credit for this victory. Let us once again thank the trolls for permitting our passage. And let us toast to our new unity between the people of the Isles and our long-lost brothers from the Mountain Tribe. No longer will our differences cause hatred between us. Tonight, we are no longer separated. We dine here as the great and powerful Fremenniks. No longer shall we fear the end of times. With our powers of divination, our powers of prophecy, we can foretell our victories and know when to press forward. Peer, you have been invaluable to us, informing us of the future. If only all magic users rejected their ways and followed your path instead. To Peer, a true Fremennik.
Skull!
Peer, when you told us the north wind blows, we all feared it. We have all been brought up on stories of how Dagannoth Prime flies up on the north winds. But, in fact, we can now see that the north wind is a sign of our strength. So tell us now, Peer, how does the north wind blow tonight?
The north wind blows so strong that even the rocks are being stirred.
Ha 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 ha! There is no reason for us to stop then. Men, feast tonight for the Fremenniks!
For the Fremenniks! I follow your decision, Brunt, but our brothers have just taken 2 cities after trekking through the mountains. Our brothers may be strong, but are you sure you want to push further before giving them a moment to rest?
Any warrior is ready for battle when it is desired by their leaders, Thormod. You are our mightiest warrior, surely you should know this.
You know I do. However, The other Fremeniks are not as skilled, and may not be battle-ready as they should be. They have suffered losses.
Do not go soft for me, Thorvald. We lose men to the dagger mouths every day. For once they may actually die to something that they believe in. Protecting their own. It is us, or them.
What would you like us to do?
Raina!
Yes, chieftain.
Go now, to Berthorpe. Tell Rexar we are to push further south. The winds are favorable, and the success is guaranteed.
Should I stay to fight, or return here?
You should stay. And only report back once we have more victories to report.
I shall. I will return soon, chieftain.
Brothers, we should not let this feast go to waste. Soon we shall be feasting again, to an even greater victory. With our newfound alliances and power of prophecy, the Fremeniks are invincible! These people that stand before us do not know what they are getting themselves into. These people are weak and frightened. Two traits that the Fremeniks have never and will never have. We fight in the memory of thee, a god of heroism. We all strive to match the level of heroics he displayed in his time on this plane and all others. We will protect our own and push forward to guarantee our future. Tonight is the night, brothers. Tonight we conquer Falador. Skål!
Skål!
Hey Lewis, have you heard from your brother yet?
Not recently. He was supposed to bring stone resources from the Taverley mines this afternoon, but they never arrived.
I talked to the guards. I asked them to let me go see Wilfred, but they refused to let me through the gates.
They are closing the gates for us? Can't anyone leave?
Whatever's going on, I don't like it. It doesn't look good.
Philip! Get in the house!
But Mom, I'm waiting for Daddy. Where is he?
He will arrive soon. He's in Berthrow protecting the Crown Prince, remember?
He told me he was bringing me a toy.
Everything alright, Layla?
Yes, thank you. It's just Philip here, who is waiting for his father.
Bertha Batavali.
He's a guard at Berthrope Castle. He was supposed to be escorting Sir Owen back this evening.
I'm sure they're just running late. You know how that time can be with Anlef in the lead. He's just a boy himself.
I have taken the duty of the evening watch. Your friend John is closing early tonight.
I never finished that discussion with him. We were conversing about the knights and how we could just shut ourselves in the castle and not bother interacting with the citizens, rather than actually spend time with the very people we are protecting.
One of the perks of living in Falador. This city's protectors are among the best in the world.
Yet we let our two neighboring cities fall to some uncultured hooligans. The Crown Prince Silif.
You're forgetting something very important, Amik. While I know that Valence sent Anlaf to Berthorpe originally for his safety, that was several years ago. He's matured a lot since then, and I'm sure he's grown into quite a strong boy.
I'm not saying he's not a strong boy, Silif. But against a Fremennik army, few men stand a chance.
All hope is not lost yet, my friend. We just have to pray and wait patiently.
Silif, Ceramic, council room, now.
It's fairly obvious, Viven. The Fremeniks may be stupid, but that does not mean we should underestimate their capabilities.
Would you rather want to sit here and plan battles rather than going in to save the survivors? I prioritize lives here, Tiffy. The troops are finally ready for action, and you want to postpone the attack?
Gentlemen, please. If we wanted to watch arguments unfold, then we should just look at our doorstep. The guards are having enough trouble keeping everyone under control. The last thing we need is arguments in the council room too.
I agree, which is why we need to strike while the iron is hot. Amik, as I said, we are finally ready to go in and take back Asgarnia's losses, but Tiffy here believes that we should not move forward. Can you believe that?
Tiffy?
Viven, don't make me out to be the straw man. Amik, what I'm saying is that I have gathered a few of the best Temple Knights, and if we could send a small party into Berthorpe and Taverley to try and rescue Anlaf. While I know our full forces are assembled and ready to march, but if we go in loud and strong, then we risk the Fremeniks doing something drastic. Our best bet for saving the Crown Prince is with some good old stealth and substitute.
What would be the point of that?
Do you mishear me, Amik? To save Anlaf.
Tiffy, Anloff is dead and you know it. Stop pretending, oh, he might be alive, or oh, he might be a prisoner. There's no way Anloff is alive. If we're gonna do anything, it is gonna be a full-scale attack to take back the two cities. No stealth about it. I'm sorry. I lost my temper for a moment there.
It's okay, Amek. We're all stressed over the current events.
So, is it settled then? Should I tell the troops to begin moving?
I'm still not convinced.
Damn it.
With the citizens all concerned, is marching all our troops out of the city a good idea? Surely the best idea would be to keep them around to make the citizens feel at ease.
Oh, look at me, I'm a citizen of Falador. Gee, I sure am glad those old fogies over at the castle have increased the military presence in the city while we all felt uneasy. Having a soldier at every corner really makes me feel at rest.
Vyvin.
I'm aware we're all at 6s and 7s right now, gentlemen, but we should try not to dawdle on the matter. The troops are ready, so either we're going to keep them here to defend the city, or send them out to reclaim our losses.
Wait. Did you just say defend the city?
Indeed I did. I'm glad your hearing hasn't gone.
What the bloody hell would we need to defend the city from?
The Fremenniks, of course. Please, the enemy's just a short distance from us. Do you not see them as a threat?
I thought you were meant to be more clever than that, Silith. They won't do anything yet.
I have to agree with Vyvin on this one, Silith. The Fremenniks have not been in Berthorpe and Tarverley for long. Right now they're rooting themselves in and fortifying their position. Snowball's chance in hell they'll attack us now.
Sirs, the Fremenniks! They are marching towards the gate! Hurry!
Oh no. Silith! Vant! Vyvin, tell the White Knights to defend the city, then you three hold the castle. Tiffy, you're with me. The force can't be too big. We should be able to hold them off with the rest of the knights.
The walls can't hold us, outsider. We will drink from the skulls tonight. Charge!
Knights, the day has come for you to prove your worth to all the citizens. Every single man, woman, and child has their eyes on you, and you are more than capable of becoming their heroes. It is not only your duty to protect this city, but it is your chance to show the rest of the world that we are not to be messed with. White Knights, this is your time. Onwards!
Medic! Falador's being attacked. We need you out there helping the soldiers.
Sir, if I leave the king, he might not be here when I come back.
We might not be here at the end of this. We need every last person capable of fighting or helping out there right now. Our medics are going to be invaluable against the Fremenniks. We'll try our best to hold the castle, but we need you out in the square.
But sir...
Now! If we're lucky, they won't make it that far.
We're not lucky.
You two aren't fighters. Head further up into the castle. I might be getting on a bit, but I can still hold off these boys.
Vyvin.
Go!
What's this? We fought through all those knights, and now there's just one man defending the castle? Ha! Do you see this, Baldrian?
Yeah, I see this guy wearing some armor. That should be worth something.
Oh, that's hilarious. I fought off entire squads of Black Knights with nothing but a shield, served in the White Knights for longer than you little boys have been alive, and now I serve as one of the most military-minded men in Falador Castle. And what do I see before me? Two little gits who think they can take this bastion all by themselves.
Watch your tongue, old man.
Ha! Watch my tongue? Watch this, boys.
Tiffy, behind you!
What?
Tiffy, no! Tiffy!
You Asgarnian leaders really need to stop making yourselves such easy targets. Owen may as well have worn a shirt with a bullseye on it. Yes, it's me. I'm the one who killed that pretty little temple knight of yours. And now I'm the one who killed your friend. And I've probably killed a lot of your other friends at this point, too.
Why?
Why? You see, Brunt tells us we can move south because we have favorable winds. He doesn't say we can't take as much as we can along the way, though. So now we're in Falador. We might stay here or we might move. Might as well make the most of your treasures and women while we're here. Monster, the name's Rexar. But I suppose the two aren't mutually exclusive. I'd ask if you had any last words, but I don't really give a damn. The hell was that? Men! Back to Taverley!
We did it!
We did it! Yes! Yes! Yes!
Oh. Ah, bugger it. Ale.
Coming right up.
I spent all this money on trading the guards, and they can't even fight off some blokes who went off for a stroll through troll country.
There are even cannons on the Barefoot Castle, you know? Why do you think you're using them?
Exactly. If you ask me, they're not very well trained in combat. But trolls are very stupid anyway, so anyone can defeat them.
They even got guards captured up there. I don't get why they just don't kill them.
Did the Fremennik even damage the barracks? It wouldn't even surprise me if there's a lot of guards twiddling their thumbs in there. And this is all just some huge plot to scam us hardworking citizen out of our gold.
You might be onto something there, Tim.
And now I am, Ben. Now if you excuse me, I need some beauty sleep.
Huh? What are you doing here, boy? Hiding?
Please, don't hurt me. I promise I won't do anything.
Relax, lad. I'm not going to hurt you. Where are your parents?
My father lives in Falador. I'm just here with the Barefoot guards. I haven't killed anyone.
Oh, color me surprised. Get out of that barrel, kid. Right. Where do I take you?
I'd like to go to my home. To my father.
What's his name?
Valence, sir.
Vala. You're Anlov. The Crown Prince?
Please, sir, don't tell the Fremenniks. They are looking for me.
I'm not with the Fremenniks, boy. I don't really give a damn about them. Tell me, if you were the Crown Prince, why are you hiding in the barrel?
I was scared. I heard the Fremenniks coming, so I just hid as quickly as I could. The castle was almost surely going to be where they attacked first, and I didn't want to die.
All right, lad. I'll protect you. But the Fremenniks look like they just came back from Falador. So while your father has sent them packing, we can't go the conventional route.
Are you bringing me back home?
Actually, I'll take you to King Rond of Misthalin. I think that'd be better than just going to Falador.
What? No! I want to go home!
Then go right ahead.
But there are Fremenniks there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the few hundred Fremenniks that make doing that a bad idea. Come on, lad. We're getting a boat.
But why Road?
Honestly, kid, because you're probably worth more to them than Falador. Sure, Valence would be in my debt, but even after a failed attack, I'm guessing Falador won't have an overflowing treasury, and there's no way I'm going back to Fordos. Misthalin, on the other hand, probably have plenty to give in exchange. They'll find a debt from Valence more useful than I will, especially if Roald takes the credit for finding you. And you can bet they pay handsomely.
But you can't do that!
I can and I will. Now come along, lad, unless you fancy your chances with the Fremies. Funnily enough, I don't want you to be mangled by wolves, so we'll take the tunnels under the mountains to get to Catterby. From there, we'll charter a ship to Asgarnia. We can walk the rest of the way.
It's a fairly long distance. It might take a while.
Let's just hope nothing holds us up then.
Hey, you two. Where are you headed?
What did I just say?
Alright, how about this? Who do you fight for? And who's the boy?
I fight for myself. I used to fight for that king, Fordos, but I'm done with risking any life for the whim of someone who doesn't understand anything. The boy's none of your business.
None of our business? We own this town now. He doesn't look like your son. Who is he?
Stay out of my business, Fremennik.
Wait a second. Isn't that the Crown Prince?
Hey, show him to me.
No.
You killed them!
Gee, lad, I'm glad you're here to tell me that.
Okay, I'll stick with you. At least you're better than the Fremenniks.
Most people are better than them. Come on now. I'd rather not leave any more bodies around here.
Is everyone alright?
Most of the castle was untouched, it seems. Despite our losses, we seem to have done a good job of fighting them off.
I know I have.
Surviving!
I'm not as young as I used to be, but that doesn't mean I can't put some young upstarts in their place.
I'm glad to hear that. Anyway, I'll have to start with the bad news. This is what remains of our council. Both Amik and Tiffy fell during the fighting, and it's with my deepest regret that I have to inform you that Valence passed away during the siege.
Oh
gods, no.
No.
It's going to haunt me for the rest of my life, I think. I told the medic helping him to go out onto the battlefield. That medic was lost to a foot soldier, and it appears Valence passed away without the medic at his side. It was a heat-of-the-moment decision, and now I'm wondering if it was worth it.
Try to not let it bother you, Sylif. The few medics and battle mages we had in the square may have turned the tide for us. It's thanks to them that we're able to keep enough troops occupying the Fremenniks, stopping them from getting to the southern parts of the town. We may have lost Valence, but that order may have saved countless civilians.
Thank you, Lyvan.
Speaking of turning the tide of the battle, what was that beast that showed up at the end?
I've read stories in the castle about a beast that lies under Ice Mountain. A manifestation of the anima mundi of the world. I'd always assumed they were just legends, but I suppose that particular legend turned out to be true.
So was it a defender of Falador or something?
It doesn't say anything about that. All the legends say is that it's a guardian of the world, here to protect Gielinor from anything that would threaten it.
So why did it help us then?
I don't know. Maybe the fighting above disturbed us and it fought the Fremenniks for attacking Gielinor. All we can do is conjecture, really. We should just be thankful that it did defend us.
So it would help us again, if we were attacked a second time.
Your guess is as good as mine. I wish I had the answers, I really do, but I don't.
So, who is going to lead Falador now? Valence is dead, Amik is dead, Tiffy is dead, Onlof is probably dead, and I'm not a leader.
I'm not willing to step up to the plate either. Silif?
I'm not willing to take on responsibility either, I'm afraid. I'm an advisor, not a leader. After Tiffy, it seemed like the next logical choice for a leader would be Sir Lance. Unfortunately, Lance no longer commands the respect he needs to lead the Temple Knights. He was always looked up to before the edicts were removed. But after Owen met with Sir Owen personally and gained his backing, people stopped respecting Lance, and I doubt any of them want to see him as a leader anytime soon.
So an Asgarnia under Sir Lance wouldn't last long.
Indeed. We truly have no obvious choice for a leader.
Is there no one else?
The remaining members of the royal family are in no fit position to lead. The Witch to the east only has a slim connection to the throne and would be an unpopular choice. And Miazaka? Well, I don't think anyone would want to see her as a leader anytime soon, even if she is the Princess of Asgarnia.
So what we're saying is that it's Anlaf or bust.
This is truly an impossible situation. What are the odds that Onlof has just gone to the Berthorpe Games room and is waiting for the whole thing to blow over?
Not as good as what we'd hoped for.
I hate to say it, gentlemen, but these may very well be the final days of Asgarnia. We're not going to recover from this without a leader, and we have no hopes of finding one soon. We just need to hope that no other kingdom tries to pick apart the corpse of our once mighty realm.
Halt! Who goes there?
We're citizens from Falador. We've fled from our homes.
Fled your homes?
Falador was attacked. We saw the Fremenniks coming and just ran as fast as we could through the south gate. We stopped at Lumbridge, but they're not able to take in new citizens right now, given their own issues. So we came here.
Wait, Falador was attacked?
Yes. We ran before we could see who won. So we don't know whether the Fremenniks won or not. The last we saw, there was fighting in the streets.
This is troubling news. You should head to the Blue Moon Inn while we find places for you to stay. I will make sure the king is informed.
Thank you, sir.
Any guard needs to be prepared for each situation. When you face the danger, you don't want to be the first one to fall. With us losing 2 men at the wall last week, we need to strengthen our attention on guard. You there, come over here. Ready your sword, soldier.
Roven, Aeonisig is calling you for an emergency meeting.
Power up, train yourselves. Basic defense maneuver. I will be back as soon as possible.
Sorry to call you all here on short notice, gentlemen, but we've now had several citizens come to Varrock from Falador.
Oh?
There's been some small difference from story to story, but there's an overall picture we can gather. Falador has been attacked by Fremenniks.
Who won?
Very few citizens stayed until the end, but a few who lost their homes and migrated here have told us Falador won, but barely. Furthermore, they say Sir Amik and Sir Tiffy fell in battle.
What of the rest of their council?
We yet to receive any ravens, so we can't say. You can't really extrapolate from that either. Even if the rest of them survive, they probably have more pressing matters to attend to than sending out ravens to everyone.
Another interesting piece of information that someone told us was that the gigantic rock monsters surfaced just north of Falador and started attacking the Fremenniks. Reldo, would you know anything about that?
A gigantic rock monster. It could possibly be Virago.
Virago?
A creature created from the Anima Mundi. The legends say that in the past he was a great threat to all of Gielinor, wreaking havoc before all of those before him, bringing out chaos all over the world, before eventually being defeated by a weapon known as the Maul of Omens. The Maul is a very interesting weapon, for you see.
I appreciate the history lesson, Reldo, but is this relevant to the matter at hand?
Sorry. Anyway, what I was getting to is that this creature has allegedly changed its ways after being reawoken in the late 5th Age. It has now become friendlier and wishes to defend Gielinor against future threats, such as the gods. if Virago deems them as such. So either he saw the Fremeniks as one such threat, or alternatively he saw them as challengers to practice against.
So if we send our forces north of Falador, we'd risk the same.
Honestly, I'm not sure. There's only one way to book about Virago during the 5th Age, and it's a first-hand account by an adventurer, so we can't take it as a 100% fact. However, if Virago did attack the Fremeniks, then we risk doing the same.
So we need to be careful. If we're going to deal with Falador, it can't be through the north.
So that also takes Berthorpe and Tavali out of the question, unfortunately.
So what you're saying is
that we can't do anything in regards to North Asgarnia, so we should turn our attention to the south, indeed.
Before we all get our hopes up, gentlemen, we need to remember that we still need to stay very wary of Draken. I've gone on and on about how the edicts are gone, but it's because it'd all be too easy to forget that we could be attacked at any point. We need to keep our protection.
We do need to keep our protection.
I think we're on the same page, Rold. Protection.
Aelnzig, from all the reports, are we certain that this was a Pyrrhic victory for Falador?
If all the citizens who have abandoned their homes can be trusted, then yes.
If that's the case, then Asgarnia is in no fit position to protect itself from ruin. They have lost Berthorpe and Tavali, and Falador has started taking hits.
But it still has Port Sarim and Remington to worry about.
Exactly. In their current state, they will need every man they can in Falador to defend their capital. They're not stupid. They know Falador is blocking southern Asgarnia, so they're going to be leaving those two cities effectively unprotected.
So, while we need to protect ourselves, we really should be incorporating Port Sarim and Remington into our protection.
Indeed.
Furthermore, that shouldn't be an issue, since we can just expand through Draenor without having the fear of accidentally aggravating Virago again. The Fremeniks do not have that luxury, so we will not have to send too many soldiers.
I'll quickly gather some troops to send that way then. Falador won't have to worry about them anymore.
So is everyone happy to send troops to Port Sarim and Remington?
Aye!
Then it's settled. We will allow Asgarnia to focus all their troops on defending Falador. I'm sure they will be grateful to receive the aid.
I'm sorry, Mithrandir, but the elven clans are not willing to help you in your conflicts. We are only just out of centuries upon centuries of civil war and bloodshed ourselves, and none of us are willing to return to it. The regrowth of Prathinus is the first time that many of us have seen harmony amongst us all, so understandably there is not a single elf who wishes to become involved in war between the humans that has no direct relation to us. We wish you all the best of luck, but we are unable to aid you in your upcoming conflicts. Farewell, sirs.
Well, so much for that idea. What shall we do now?
My liege, shouldn't we talk about the Hellhound?
Well, what about him?
Well, one of the best warriors we had under our banner has just defected to go aid Asgarnia by himself. Shouldn't we see if we can win him back over?
Why should we try and win him back over? He's never really given advice to me that's been worthwhile. And I still have all of you here. He can do whatever he wants.
But he truly is an exceptional fighter, Your Grace. He has been and will be very valuable to us.
You're all more valuable to me than he is, and besides, we still have a huge amount of forces, and Radic is very capable of Colonel.
Thank you, Your Grace.
One man will not make a difference to any of this.
So, should I not send troops to reinforce him then, Your Grace?
Well, we did say earlier that we weren't going to get involved in the conflict, and the elves aren't backing us, so nothing has changed. We have not any new developments now, have we?
We haven't heard anything new, but we shouldn't confuse that with no new developments in the conflict.
Well, as we decided before, until we have any new developments, we're going to continue as we were before this whole Asgarnia issue has been brought up.
Sorry I'm late, gentlemen, but I had to go deal with some citizens arriving from Falador.
We have citizens arriving from Falador?
Yes. Falador has been attacked by the Fremeniks.
Falador was attacked?
It appears so. And a lot of people living there fled their homes. From what I can hear, quite a few made a break for Misthalin, but a few of the richer people have chartered ships to Kandarin.
What should we do now?
We should help. We should help.
All right, we'll help them. Radic, go. Send some troops or something. I don't know.
You don't know, Your Grace?
Well, you're all my advisors. I'm waiting to hear what you have to say.
Well, obviously, we should go send help as a matter of public and political relations. We don't want to lose an ally over this.
We could send them care packages. Edmund, how bad is the damage?
Very bad from what I can tell. Similar to what the Hellhound predicted.
So yes, we could send them some of our surplus supplies to help those who are still left in the town. That won't be a burden on us at all. Besides, it will look good on us.
We'll do that then.
So, what are your orders, Your Grace?
Send our excess supplies to Falador by boat or something. I really don't care how you do it, and send some troops to reinforce Asgarnia.
If I may interrupt, Your Grace.
Of course, Radek. Do you have a better idea?
We can't just send troops in on a whim. All we know about the situation is from a few people who abandoned their homes. It's a long journey, so we can't really send reinforcements until we know the extent of the damage.
So with that in mind, we should arrange to meet with Misthalin to coordinate our efforts. They probably know more than we do about the current state of affairs, and having 2 kingdoms reinforcing Asgarnia will be much more effective than just one.
Well, that sounds good. We'll go with that.
Where do you propose to meet, Edmund?
Broomhaven would probably be the best location. It's roughly in the middle of us, and we'll be meeting on neutral ground. Those jungle people have never really been involved with any important political matters, so there'll be no bias to any decision.
It sounds amazing. Go and send a raven.
Of course, Your Grace. Radek, since this will be about troops, I recommend you meet with them. I could go instead if you prefer, but I don't know as much about military matters as you do.
No, it's fine. I don't mind going. It's probably best that someone who can defend themselves goes anyway, just in case we get attacked by the pirates or jungle beasts or something like that. You'll have to give me a few pointers on what to say, though.
That's fine. If you come with me to the Raven Room, we'll discuss it as I write the letter. Your Grace?
If there's no other business then, I should probably start getting these care packages sorted out. I'm not sure what the most effective way to deliver them will be, but I'll figure it out soon enough. Your Grace?
Everyone is so busy right now, it's great!
I must admit, Thoros, it is nice seeing everyone working in the relevant areas.
I don't want to sound wrong at all, but this whole ordeal, rather than the usual boring tranquility, is actually quite fun.
No, Habibi, that's perfectly fine. This is fun.
Who are you?
I am Maya. Relax, Habibi. If I wanted you dead, I would have done it by now. I am a humble servant of the Pharaoh.
The Pharaoh?
Indeed, Habibi. Well, to be more precise, I am working with one of his underlings, Raj. He has some information and a proposal for the king.
For me? Well, what is it?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Halt! What are you doing?
Have you ever seen a Gielinor before, Habibi? Here, Your Grace, take it.
Ah, should I take it?
Trust me, Habibi. If we wanted you dead, I would have already been wearing your intestines as a necklace. It is safe.
Alright.
Hello. Thesaurus, it's me. Raj Patel.
Who is this?
Raj Patel. I'm the Alcoradian prince. I've been looking at my family tree, and it turns out you're actually my long-lost cousin. Once removed.
Really?
Yes! And after hearing about all this conflict in Asgarnia, I have decided to help you by offering to transfer 5 max cash stacks into your bank account. All I need is your bank pin so I can put it in for you.
Is this guy for real?
Ah, okay. Alright, it's 1410.
Your Majesty!
Quiet, Henning. I'm talking to my cousin.
Thank you, Tantaros! I'll transfer over the money now. See you later. What a f***ing idiot.
Thoros! Did you really just do that?
Yeah, I really can't believe it either. 5 max cash stacks?
Thoros, you just gave away your bank pin to a scammer!
No, he can't be a scammer. He's my cousin. He said so himself.
Thoros, you imbecile!
I think you're just jealous that you didn't get 5 max cash stacks.
Citizens of Misthalin, it is with great honour that today I can tell you about our latest effort to help our brothers and citizens in Asgarnia. After evaluating the situation, we have decided that we are able to safely send our troops into Asgarnia to help protect their lands against any future threats. We do not wish to get in the way of the White Knights, so we will not be sending troops directly into Falador. We feel that would disrespect the great work that they have already done when protecting their city. So instead, we are offering them the opportunity to focus completely on Falador and no longer worry about their southern towns. Yes, dear citizens of Misthalin, effective immediately, Port Sarim and Rimington are now under Misthalin protection, as a way to help our Asgarnian brethren. We are hoping this new initiative will allow everyone, whether a member of Misthalin or Asgarnia, to rest easier tonight. We continue to endeavour to find more ways we can help Falador, and you can all trust me when I say that if we can find an action that will benefit Asgarnia, even if it's only a slight aid, we will try our best to do it. I have always tried to be an open and honest king, and I plan to continue to reign until the day I die. All our hopes and prayers are with Asgarnia, and now so are our troops. People of Misthalin, I solemnly swear to you that with our help, Asgarnia will recover completely, and the brave and valiant people there, whether soldiers, citizens, or leaders, will see Asgarnia become stronger than ever before.
Defeat! Defeat! How could we be defeated?
I'm just telling you what happened, chieftain.
Do not talk back to your superior, messenger, especially after informing us that we have lost many kin for no gain at all.
You seem so convinced that we were guaranteed success, Brunt. How could you misinterpret the prophecy, yet believe our delusion so vehemently?
Hold your tongue, Thorvald. This is but a minor setback. We have already proven our worth to the rest of the world, and they will think twice before trying to attack us.
Can you say that after we have just been pushed back?
Of course I can. We have not beaten by mere men, Peer. Have the winds changed? Do we have any indication as to why we were pushed back?
The north wind still blows strong, Brunt. But the winds of magic are blowing even harder.
The winds of magic? I knew it would be something to do with those filthy magic users. Hamal, we should start focusing our troops to those treacherous lunars to our north. For too long, we have let them be.
Now you're being completely unreasonable, Brunt. The lunars would have had nothing to do with this. Try using your brain for once. They're even further away than what we are. How would they be involved with the battle in Falador without us being aware of it?
Thorvald,
Brunt, Thorvald is correct. This almost surely has nothing to do with the Moon Clan. Falador is situated quite close to a bastion of magic, commonly referred to as the Wizard's Tower.
The Wizard's Tower! Of course. How could I forget?
Yes, if this rock beast was a result of some sort of magical treachery, they are the most likely culprits. Since they are southeast of Falador, we would not have been aware of any influence they had on the battle, if any.
So it is their fault.
Brunt, I am disappointed with you. You used to be a great leader, capable of expanding the Fremennik province to what it deserved to become. But after this single failure, you seem to have lost your composure completely.
Hamal, do you think that I've lost it? No, Earthhugger. I'm still as strong as I have always been. Do not forget that I am Brunt, who has come out on top of innumerable battles and personally defended this very ground where the dagger-mouths tried to take it from us. My strength is unmatched, and I have seen to it that all our kin have attained our strength that puts them ahead of the rest of this world. For other men and beasts alike, the Fremenniks are a strong people, and that has not changed. We Fremennik shall reign supreme. Skål! Thank you, my brothers, but let us not mourn our fallen, or see this as a setback. No, this is now a time to move forward. This tower, filled at the brim with magical scum, will no longer trouble us, for now we take the fight to them. We shall tear this tower to the ground. Leave the brick in the sea and scar the ground with a wound that only the Fremenniks would be capable of administering. Or whether it burns or crumbles, all that matters is that this tower shall fall, and it will be our kin who stand victorious. And with the winds of magic halted completely, we will finally take what is ours. We are truly an unstoppable force.
Skull!
Raynor!
Yes, chieftain?
You shall go back to Asgarnia and inform our brothers that it is time they reunite with some of our kin that we have not seen in a long time. Tell our brothers that we will be attacking the Wizard's Tower. However, as Falador is currently an obstacle, we will need to take a less direct approach. East of Berthorpe and Tabley lies Gunner's Grant, established by the Great Gunner. Undoubtedly, his children and everyone else there will be happy to aid you in this new crusade to finish the work of Gunner and dealing with the magic users left in the area once and for all. We will use Gunner's Grant as our temporary outpost to gather our brothers until they all march south and take this tower. This time, we will not fail.
Have you ever been in the tunnels before, lad?
No, sir.
Drop the sir, laddie. No need to be formal right now.
Oh. What should I call you then?
They call me the Hellhound. You should probably do that too.
The Hellhound? What's your real name? Come on, what's your name? I said...
Hello, me mateys. Hello.
What is it?
I just wanna chat, that's all. Why you gotta be so rude?
We're very busy right now. No time to chat.
That's not very nice.
I am not a nice person.
Wait a second. Your boy there, I could've sworn...
My son? Yes.
Bah, I might have had a few too many, but even I can tell he's not your son.
Well, you must have had more than you realized then.
In fact, he kinda looks like the Crown Prince. Hey everyone, it's Anla.
If you know what's good for you, you will shut your mouth. Or this will be the last time you speak. Good choice. Come on, lad.
Was that really necessary?
Yes.
Are you sure? It seemed a bit aggressive for some random drunk man.
I did what I had to do.
You didn't tell me, though, what your name was.
I told you it's the Hellhound.
No, your actual name.
Yes, it's the Hellhound.
Were you born the Hellhound? So what did your parents name you then? Is it because I mentioned your parents?
If you don't shut up, I'll snap your head like a stick.
If you did that, you wouldn't get paid for finding me.
We're almost there. Come on. We'll be on the boat soon. We are here, lad. The other side of the mountain. Can you smell the sea air?
It's beautiful.
Wait, you've never been here before?
No, I've spent all my life in Asgarnia. I've never even been to Kandarin. This is the first time I've ever seen somewhere that's not Falador, Berthorpe or Taverley.
Anyway, come on, lad. We need to keep moving.
Wow, look at that seagull!
I've never seen someone so excited over a bloody bird.
But it's so pretty, and it flies, and...
I need to stop you for a second, lad. We need to talk to this guy here. Hello there.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
This is where we get a charter ship, right?
Ah yes, Trader Stan, owner and operator of the largest fleet of trading ships and chartered vessels to ever sail the seas. If you want to get to a port in a hurry, then you can charter one of my ships to take you there. If the price is right.
So I take it we can go to Port Sarum.
Ah, funny you should say that. See, I don't normally hang around in Catherby. Port Sarim is the place to be. But you see, Port Sarim is very hectic right now. Lots of people are getting out of Asgarnia for some reason, so it'll be very difficult to get you over there.
You said for the right price, you can take us to any port.
Oh? Well then, we can arrange an exception. I can't promise you your own ship, but I'm sure we can find you some space when I head back to Port Sarim.
When would that be?
Not too long from now. A day or two at most. Just board the ship whenever you're ready.
Alright. Come on, lad. Let's see what there's to do around here.
You know, this is the worst possible place to have a lookout.
Shh! We're not supposed to be talking!
Yeah, we're not supposed to move much either, but look at how that's going. It's freaking freezing out here.
Don't break stands! We were attacked not long ago, and we've a very important job to do here.
Hey, I'm the one who informed the castle about Birthrope. I know how important this job is, but I don't get why I'm being placed here. They know it's unlikely that anything will happen on this side of Falador. All we can see is Draenor Manor.
You jinxed that, lassie. Look!
I don't know. They seem to be passing.
What are they doing?
So it's come to this. Jayborn, I'll be right back. Rold, I bring news from Draenor.
What's the news, Cedrador?
The Fremenniks have arrived. They are amassing their forces at the bridge to the Wizard's Tower.
Rovin, call the banners!
On it, your grace!
Cedrador, we have lots of troops stationed near Rimington, and I'm sure Lumbridge will be sending troops too. The Fremenniks won't be able to fight off an attack from both sides, but until our armies get there, you need to make sure that the wizards can hold them off.
On it. One of these days we'll be able to just study in peace without being attacked.
Cedrador, I see Fremewoods. Lots and lots of Fremewoods.
Drayborn, can you summon any more thingamawats?
Thingamawoods are scared. Thingamawoods lazy. Thingamawoods not here, not here.
No thingamawats?
No Thingamawoods.
So we'll just need to get all the wizards ready.
Wizards don't want to get involved with that lot. Can't trust wizards.
Drayborn?
What?
Get everyone.
I'll get the Thingamawoods.
Let's see what these Fremenniks can do.
Fremewoods, fight, fight! Battle, 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 battle! 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 Lovely! Battle!
Battle indeed, Drayborn. Battle indeed.
The bridge is narrow. We'll have to go across in rows of 4. No matter. Start the siege.
Prepare for attack! Get your weapons ready!
Men! These winds of magic shall trouble us no longer! We shall destroy the tower where these filthy magic users stand and drink from their skulls! Tonight, men, we shall tear the winds of magic asunder! Brothers! Attack! Archers! Ready your bows! Fire!
Shotty, shotty! Stop! Stop!
Stop.
Trayborn, you saved us!
Unknown God wants to battle! Battle, battle, battle!
And here come the reinforcements. So long, Fremenniks. Thank you for your help today, Trayborn. You really saved us from the archers.
What? There were archers?
We lost a few apprentices, but I don't think we lost any of our biggest wizards. The Fremenniks really stood no chance against us.
Fremewoods against Fremewoods. Thingmewoods. Too strong. Dimewoods.
But alas, it seems like such a waste of life.
I think I left the stove on.
We may have lost men, and those men may have had so many stories to tell. But all we can do is be grateful that we did not lose all the knowledge that we hold inside this tower.
His wounds were infected badly. I'm a druid, but healing isn't my specialty. With so many of the castle medics gone, we weren't able to save him.
So he's dead?
I'm afraid he is, Salif. I'm sorry.
You did your best, Terisk. Thank you for coming all this way.
Not a worry. I have to prove my worth around here in one way or another.
At least Misthalin sent some troops to protect southern Asgarnia for us. It's a small thing for them, but having the knights from the Queen Black Dragon's lair back here, protecting us, makes a huge difference.
These may be troubling times, but I feel a lot safer here.
Let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
Take care, Lily. Thank your husband from me.
Mingling with the citizens, Vyvan.
With whoever's left, anyway. A lot of people are gone already.
By the way, Aga's passed away.
That's a shame. We've already lost so many great young men, it's painful to be losing more.
Every loss, citizen or soldier, is painful. Oh well, is there anything new on the Misthalin front?
Not yet. Vance is in Port Sovereign talking to their troops. He should be back as soon as he can.
It's good to hear. Since we haven't had any lookouts running into the castle, we can presume Asgarnia is safe for the moment.
For the moment.
Now, Vyvan. Misthalin have our back, and we're starting to receive packages from Kandrin of emergency supplies for the citizens. We might not be in the best position right now, but we have to be thankful that we have two great kingdoms both helping us while we pass through these dire straits.
I presume you're the representative from Misthalin.
Indeed I am. My name is Milo Rovan, and I am captain of the Varrock Guard. Who are you?
I'm Colonel Radek. I used to command the guards in Yanil, but with Thoros recently taking the throne, I'm temporarily serving the Arduin Castle to help advise him on military matters. Anyway, what took you so long?
There was a small skirmish I got caught up in. Nothing big.
Very well. On to business. About Asgarnia.
I presume you've already heard about the siege of Falador?
We have. A few nobles fleeing their homes, which is anyone who could afford it to charter a ship really, have made their way to Kandarin. We've picked up bits and pieces from them.
Lucky you. We've been swamped with citizens who have either lost their homes or flat out lost faith in Asgarnia.
Wouldn't you know if someone by the name of Hellhound arrived with them?
The Hellhound? I don't believe so. Friend of yours?
Oh, it doesn't matter much. He was one of our strongest men, and he defected to Asgarnia when we didn't send help after receiving the first Raven. I was just curious as to what happened to him.
Well, we haven't heard about a warrior coming in by ship, which means the only way to us would be through Taverley and the Fremenniks. You should probably assume he's dead. Asgarnia has really been hit hard by all of this, so even if he was helping them, he signed his death warrant a while ago.
Oh well. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. Kendrin want to chip in, but given our geographical position, we don't really know what we can do to help. We're hoping we could coordinate our efforts.
Coordinate our efforts?
Yes. To help Asgarnia get back on its feet, we want to know what your current plans are.
Oh, well, I can tell you what we've done thus far. Following the siege of Falador, we decided to allow Asgarnia to concentrate all their forces on themselves by sending our troops to Port Sarim and Remington to take the strain off the forces there.
But aren't those two cities very sparsely protected anyway?
Every little bit helps. Besides, they're much more heavily protected now anyway.
Alright.
Furthermore, what you probably weren't aware of was our second victory against the Fremenniks.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what I got caught up in before getting here. Our troops were called in as I was about to leave to meet with you. The Fremenniks, for whatever reason, attempted to attack the Wizard's Tower and sent a huge force that way. It was quite fortunate we'd stationed troops in Port Sarim and Remington because we were able to attack the Fremenniks from both sides. And with the Wizards holding off the ones crossing the bridge, we wiped out a huge chunk of their current forces in Asgarnia. I personally led a small regiment from Varrock and put some of those Fremennik fools in their place.
I presume you took some losses from that. Do you want to send some troops to Port Sarim and Remington too, to augment yours?
No need. Despite our losses, we've got enough people stationed there, and we don't need any more.
But as you said, the more the merrier. Surely we should be sending our forces to help protect those towns, and if there's another attack, then we can help you fight them off.
That'd definitely be unnecessary. Your forces would be better used elsewhere.
Where?
Well, the Fremenniks are still in Berthorpe and Taverley. Why not go there?
What? Just attack them directly?
Well, yes. As I said, Misthalin has already wiped out a large number of them, and they're also hurting from the siege of Falador. You could go in and fight them off while we focus on protecting the cities. It makes sense to do it that way since we know Southern Asgarnia better than you do, and you have the biggest force of the two of us.
Are you mad? We're not going to fight off the Fremenniks all by ourselves. We came here to discuss a team effort, not put a barrier between us.
Well, that's what I believe would be the best use of our forces. Since you have the larger army, you focus all on the Fremenniks, and we hold the south in case of any more attacks before then.
Before then? So you'd be happy sending troops to reinforce us during the battle then? Right now, it just seems like you want to take the easy job and let Kandarin take all the losses. I'll make this clear. We are only going to be willing to attack the Fremenniks if you're going to help us with it. We'll allow you to keep everyone in Port Sarim and Remington, but only because you can use that as a base to station your troops, which can then charge the north into Taverley. And once we start crossing the mountain, we need to immediately send reinforcements. Do we have a deal?
Do you really need our help? The size of your army compared to the size of the Fremenniks? Should be more than enough.
I'm not sure why you are arguing about this, Captain Roven. You are the only one asking for our help. If you want it, this is how we will do it. Otherwise, we'll only be sending supplies.
You've got yourself a deal.
We'll be in touch.
You better be.
Well, at least we know you get seasick easily.
Shut up. The rocking back and forth on the deck was far too much.
Relax, kid. A lot of people get seasick easily. Nothing to be ashamed about. But these conditions are cramped as hell. You can tell they definitely spared no expense down here. It's better be worth it, lad.
What's going to happen to me, exactly?
I'm going to hand you over to Misthalin. They've been allied with Asgarnia for years now, so they'll treat you well. They might just hand you over to Falador directly. Or they might make you part of the royal court over there instead. You'll be treated like the crown prince no matter what.
How can you be sure? Have you ever been to Misthalin?
Now that you mention it, no.
So how can you say how they'll treat me then? I mean, beyond that, we don't even know what's happened to Falador right now. It got attacked and what? What's happened since then? How did my father take it? He's been deathly ill for so long now. What's to say he hasn't been done in already? And if the battle didn't do it to him, your only heir is missing. My father was a frail man, and I'll probably never get to see him again.
It must be nice having parents that care about you, lad. That's a luxury I'd never had.
I remember when father could still walk. We used to go down to the castle river, feed the ducks, or visit the dwarves. Every time there was some citizen who would come over to greet us or give us gifts. And who could forget the birthday parties at Pete's place? Father loved me. Even without mother there, he was so happy to have me. But then there was the war a few years back, and father sent me away for my safety. He loved me so much that he was willing to let me go to save me. And now he probably thinks I'm dead. And it's all for nothing.
At least you had it better than I did, lad. My father was a noble from Ardange, one of the most well-respected men in the city. But all men at that level have their flaws, and I'm a result of that. One day he got a little drunk, and before you know it, some poor 15-year-old girl was carrying me.
Dear Lord.
Yep. I don't know what happened to her. I was abandoned at a young age, but luckily I was found by the 2 Slayer Masters of Terrally.
Wait, Spire and Jacqueline?
Well, it was Turiel back then. Ah, that magnificent man. I was very lucky, because they brought me up well. I've been slaying creatures since I was a wee lad, and that's how I got this nickname. I just spent so much time in dungeons and Terrally that people started calling me the Hellhound.
So, if you grew up with Slayer Masters, did you ever meet your real father?
Well, one day, I decided to go back to Ardange. Turiel and Jacqueline understood. I wanted to meet the man who caused me so much misery, bringing me into this world. I wanted revenge. I wanted to make him suffer. And you know what?
What?
He was dead. I went to his house, and his family, my family, told me he had already passed away from natural causes. That threw me completely. All the vengeance that pent up, hatred, and he was already gone.
So what did you do then?
Well, I never told him who I was. I just told him to forget about it. They were my family by blood, but they weren't family to me. So I took all the hatred in me and I went south to the fight arena. There was a tournament going on at the time, organized by Laphus himself. I joined, figuring if I died, it wouldn't matter. I had nothing left for me in life. I could go back to killing creatures in the dungeon over and over, but what sort of life would that be? Doing the same thing over and over, arbitrarily.
So what happened then?
I won. I absolutely annihilated the competition. A mix of my combat experience and my seething hatred towards everything in existence at that point in time. I put my sword through the last enemy and Laphus stood up, congratulated me and asked what I wanted. I could have anything at all as my reward. Gold, weapon, women, he could offer to me.
So what did you ask for?
A purpose. I looked him square in the eye and asked to give me a purpose. So he welcomed me into his service for the crown. Now I fought for Kandarin, for my hometown, to protect the people and help others. To protect them from having to go through hell themselves.
Wow. So why did you leave?
It was never a harmonious relationship between me and the crown. Laphus was evil, and I disputed his decisions. Force took over. He was new. He never fought for himself, leaving everything to his advisors. I can forgive that, given him being a new king. But what pushed me over the edge was this whole Asgarnia incident. As evil as Laphus was, he did give me a new purpose. To use my combat prowess to help people. So when Foros was denying me that, I turned and went to offer my services to Asgarnia.
Wait, you were going to Asgarnia?
Hey lad, when I arrived in Burnthorpe and Taverley, the doors were closed, so I couldn't get to Falador, and shortly after, I found you.
Wait, now I'm confused. If you were going to offer your services to Asgarnia, why are you selling me to Misthalin? Shouldn't we be going straight to Falador, where I'd be able to give you a good position in power?
Because lad, there's a very important life lesson that you should learn.
And what is it?
The world is actually a very simple place. No matter how things appear, at the end of the day, everyone only wants what's best for themselves. Now that Misthalin is a better place than Asgarnia, I'm better heading that way, which is why I'm taking you there.
How can you generalize that? Surely you can't say that about everyone.
But it's true, lad. You want what's best for yourself. I want what's best for myself. There may very well be nice people in the world who do care about others. Or at the very least, it looks that way. But no matter how much it seems like someone cares about other people, it all boils down to the simplest fact in the world. We're all getting by. We're all trying to survive, and everyone only wants what's best for themselves.
Ah, Rovin, how did it go?
Terrible. Bloody terrible.
How so?
Well, first they tried sending troops to Port Sarim and Remington to help us, which I managed to persuade them not to do.
Good. Port Sarim and Remington are ours. They cannot send troops there.
But the only way I managed to get them to back off was by promising to send them reinforcements when they attack Berthorpe and Taverley. I tried getting them to do it by themselves, but he said that was too unreasonable. I'm sorry, everyone, but we're going to have to help them attack the Fremenniks.
Those good-for-nothing... You tried your best, Rovin, so thank you for that. Alright everyone, so thanks to those imbeciles over in Kandarin, we're going to have to send some of our men to possibly die in a conflict where two kingdoms should have just destroyed each other.
I'm really disappointed that idea fell through. Things would have been so much simpler if we'd managed to get Kandarin and the Fremenniks to wipe each other out. Then we'd have 3 kingdoms at our fingertips to expand our control over.
And then we'd have been the biggest kingdom of them all, making Misthalin too big to fail, alas.
Trust me, if it wasn't for the fact they have a bigger army than us, I would have bashed his skull in there and then.
I don't doubt that, Rovin. We all know you're one of the strongest men in the kingdom. It'd take an exceptional fighter to best you in a one-on-one fight, and I seriously doubt the Kandarin representative would have been such a fighter.
You should have seen him. He's one of the scrawniest men in the realm. How he ever became a colonel is beyond me.
Roald, if I may point something out.
Of course, Aeonzig.
Rovin, you never specified a time where we'd actually be getting involved with the fighting.
Yes, he just said we'd help them once they started the attack, and he'd be in touch to tell us when they were going to begin.
So he never said we had to get involved at the start of the battle.
Aeonzig, you clever man. I see where you're going with this.
If that's the case, then we can hold off for a bit. Let the fighting go on, and then once it's drawing to a close, we go off and finish whoever's left. So whether Kandarin or the Fremenniks win the battle, we go in, kill the survivors, and laugh at the two kings that are lying broken below our feet.
I don't even think we'll need to dispute that. Aeonzig, your idea is perfect. I speak for us all when I say we're going to support that 100%.
Of course. Why would anyone in their right mind reject that idea? We would have Kandarin and the Fremennik province ready for our taking. And then we envelope Asgarnia from all sides and crush what's left of Falador as if it was nothing.
Exactly. Asgarnia, Kandarin, and the Fremennik province will all be incorporated into the mighty kingdom of Misthalin. And with the huge power we command, the rest of Gielinor will follow suit.
Exactly. Gentlemen, soon all of the different thrones of Gielinor will be under our banner, and us 5 will be the most powerful men in the world.
Here we are, Port Sarim.
Thank you, Stan. I appreciate it.
I assure you know the way from here. Oh no.
What is it?
That's my son. He's very special. He's good at helping out, but he's something for himself.
Look at all those chickens!
We should have left him after he fell down that well as a kid.
Yeah, have fun with that, buddy. Come on, lad.
Falador is right up this way. Can't we just go home?
I told you, Get close to me. Don't let the Misthalin gods see you.
What are they doing here? Port Sarim is under Asgarnian rule.
I don't intend to stop here to ask. We'll stick to the plan, and head to Misthalin. These soldiers don't have anything to do with you.
But my home is right there. You can just ask my father to pay you instead. Or Silith is our economical master. He'll be able to pay you too.
Thank you, and good luck.
Savant is here. He can help. Hey, Van!
Shut your mouth, boy. I won't hesitate to slit his throat if he gets in the way.
He could have brought me back.
That's not his mission. He was speaking to the Misthalin gods. Come on now. It's not long left before Draenor. From there, our journey will start to come to a close. Uh-huh. He looks like the type of man we're looking for.
Come on, novices. These bodies won't clear themselves.
Hello there.
Yes, I'm very busy right now. How can I help you?
We need to meet with a representative from Misthalin.
What's the reason? I'm kind of busy. If you try focusing really hard, you might notice there are dead bodies literally everywhere, and someone needs to clean them up.
I need you to keep this quiet if I'm going to tell you.
Yes, alright. What is it?
This boy with me is the Crown Prince Amleth. I need to meet with Misthalin to discuss them taking him off my hands. Also, since this is Amleth, I'm not going to be going into a big city where he could be recognized. So we need to meet somewhere private.
Amleth? Could it really be?
I wouldn't be wasting your time if he wasn't. I've served the Crown of Ardouch. I wouldn't be trying to deceive you in any way.
It's true. He hasn't lied to me once during the entire journey. He found me in Burthorpe, and we took a ship from Catherby to Port Sarim, and now we're here.
Alright, I believe you. I'll inform Roll to send someone.
Make sure they bring a reward. I would have taken him back to Asgarnia, but I figured Misthalin would pay me more handsomely, given the current state of affairs.
Alright, I'll mention that. Since you want to meet somewhere private, I suggest the monastery near Edgeville. Since you'll want to avoid the Asgarnian lookouts, go around the back of Draenor Manor, then head north and follow the left side of the mountain to get there. Be careful, there's a few barbarians and possibly still a few Fremenniks about.
The monastery it is. I look forward to meeting with them.
I'll go sort out this meeting in a moment. Since you're taking roundabout route, you might as well start making a move now, and meeting up with whoever Roll sends to the monastery. Now if you'll excuse me.
Thank you. Come on, lad. Time for the final leg.
Alright, take a break, you lot. I'll be back here in 5 minutes. Don't worry, it's not like we'll be getting any new bodies anytime soon.
I'm so sorry, Chieftain. I really am. But we were pushed back again. Gunther told us all to go back to Taverley, and he no longer has any interest in helping us.
But of course he wouldn't be interested in helping us anymore. The Fremenniks are meant to be strong people. Our brothers have strength that is unmatched by anyone in this world. And we failed to take Falador. And now, even a tower is too much for us. This is absolutely unacceptable. You have failed me for the last time, Reyna.
No, Chieftain, please!
I am surrounded by incompetent fools. Pierre, you've betrayed us, all by feeding us incorrect information. I don't care if you've been working for Lunas or not, but regardless, you too must suffer for your treachery.
All our failures are on you, Brunt. You have been given the commands. You are the reason so many of our brothers have been killed for no gain at all. You refuse to accept your failures, and you refuse to accept that our initial success was because of the help of others. Instead, you kill our messenger and try to kill our seer, and for that, you're no longer our chieftain. If anyone disagrees with my actions, strike me down where I stand. Then we will press on. We will need a new chieftain for Relica, but that matter is for another time. We must focus on our current campaign. What does everyone propose to do?
This whole ordeal was just a result of us expanding south to get away from the sea. We could all just move over to Burthorpe and Taverley and settle down there.
That's easier for the mountain tribe than us, though. You have always been nomadic people, able to move with ease. For many of us here, Relica is our home. The place we were born. The place we were raised. The place that we live in, and the place we will die defending. My hunter will never end, and many others will not wish to move.
When V foretold of the great basilisk, he told us not to run, but to stay and fight. We have beaten the Daggermouths once before, and the proud Relican people will do it again.
Pierre, could you use your powers of prophecy one last time?
We're back to where we started. The north wind blows.
Then if we're back to where we started, we should move through the mountains. Sigil, I respect that some people may wish to stay here, so I will take anyone who is willing to leave, and we will make our home in Burthorpe and Taverley. Those who wish to remain in Relica will remain.
That's very reasonable of you, Hamal. If only Brunt was more like you. I would go with you, but me, Sigil Peer, and the rest of the Fremennik Council must remain here with those who wish to stay. We are also people who will die defending this town if we have to. I will make sure all of the Fremennik Isles is aware that you will be moving shortly. And we will direct them to the mountain camp in preparation for your final trek through the mountains.
Thank you, Thorvald. I will head back to my people now then. It's going to be a dangerous journey. We all need to be prepared. It takes strong men to get through those mountains and into Asgarnia, but the Fremenniks are more than strong enough to rise to the task.
Safe journeys, Hamal. We will drink to your name tonight.
And I will drink to yours, Thorvald. We will meet again in Valhalla.
Oh, Radek, how did it go?
The man I met was a bit ruder than I expected, but I feel it went fine. Misthalin have already dealt a large blow to the Fremenniks, and they suggested that we attack Borthorpe and Taverley to finally push them out.
So we'll finally be getting involved in the conflict.
Indeed, they promised to send some troops north for Runeton to aid us in the battle, although from what they've said, there aren't many Fremenniks left in Asgarnia. Hopefully, this last assault will put everything back to normal.
I know you've already agreed on this, Radek, but do we really need to send our army over to Asgarnia?
What's the issue, Handlemort?
Well, with the aid we've been sending Asgarnia already, they should be starting to recover. Furthermore, if there are a few Fremenniks left, why can't Misthalin deal with this themselves? I just have a lot of reservations with sending our forces to Asgarnia.
I presume you mean the logistical issues.
Yes, we cannot underestimate how long this trek will be. And beyond that, we still need to cross White Wolf Mountain. We can't send all our troops through the tunnels since a trickle of soldiers into Asgarnia would easily be cut down. But if we send our forces over the mountain, we'll wear them out and probably lose a few of them to the wolves. I doubt our men would be happy to go through with this idea.
I understand your points, Handlemort. We cannot refute them directly, but we can't betray Misthalin after we've agreed to this. And we can't abandon Asgarnia. This may be the opportunity we've been waiting for, to finally root out the Fremenniks from Asgarnia.
Heining is right, Handlemort. This is the right course of action.
I know. I don't dispute that, but I'm concerned about morale amongst the troops.
Well, we could always have the king go with them.
Wait. What?
Troop morale will skyrocket if you lead them personally, Your Grace.
No, not at all. I'm not doing that.
But
I'm leaving this battle to you and the soldiers, Radek. I'm going to stay here and reign as king.
Your Grace, this would...
I don't care how many times you say it. I am not doing it. Your Grace, we're your advisors. You are the final arbiter, so it is your decision. But we do suggest that you consider leading the troops. Hinning! You're my most trusted advisor. What do you suggest?
Well, Thoros, if it's up to me, then I'd say...
Thanks for the money, Habibi.
Your Grace! Watch out!
Hinning. Hinning? That was a death-touch dart. I never thought I'd see one in my life. What? No. A what? It's a dart covered in barbs and coated in the most potent poison known to all of Gielinor. I'm sorry, Your Grace, but there's nothing we can do. You must be able to do something! Get the medics! Someone! Anyone! I'm sorry. No! If you all cared at all, then you'd have tried helping. But all of you are just standing there doing nothing. Are you still going to try and force me to go off and fight then? Huh? Well, are you? Get out! All of you! Now! Hinning. Why? Why would you do this?
Did that just really happen?
It appears so. It's a shame that we have to press on.
No rest for the wicked. Alas, we're so close to putting an end to this conflict. We should focus on that before stopping to mourn Hinning.
It's what he would have wanted. We can avenge him once the Fremenniks are out of Asgarnia.
I suppose I'll be leading the troops then. I'm not the strongest man in Gielinor, and I won't be able to inspire the troops as well as Thoros would have been able to, but I'm the best option we have right now.
Aye.
Edmund, You should send a raven to Misthalin to let them know we're heading out. Hendelmort, sort our supplies and rations as quickly as you can. I'll mobilize the troops. Before the day is done, I want us to be marching east.
Of course.
I'll get writing.
Thank you, both of you. If I don't come back, it's been a pleasure working with you.
You'll come back.
I'd like to be able to say that, but I doubt this would be a simple battle with no surprises. Farewell, gentlemen.
So, did you kill him? How hilarious was it?
I threw the dart, but one of his advisors jumped in the way.
So he survived?
Yes, but he is suffering over the losses. I could hear his screams when I was getting away.
What the hell, Maya? What kind of sick man are you? Trying to kill somebody else's best friend?
The sort of man you want me working with you.
Well, you know, that's a pretty good answer. I'll let you live for that one. Smart, so smart. What a great man.
So scabbling a king out of everything he owns and then trying to kill him. What else have you got in store for all of this?
Well, one last thing. It will be glorious.
Here we are, lad.
I swear, I've walked more today than I have in my entire life.
Take a moment, lad. We'll be parting ways shortly. I might never see you again after this. If I don't, I wish you the best of luck with your future. You've got a lot of potential. Don't let it go to waste. Where's the representative?
I don't know. It seems eerily quiet.
Too quiet. I don't like this, lad.
Settle down, gentlemen. I'm here.
Who are you then?
Milo Rovan, captain of the Varrock Guard, here on behalf of King Rold Reminis III. And who do you claim to be?
They call me the Hellhound.
Oh? So you're the Hellhound? I was expecting you to look more impressive after Radek claimed you were one of the best fighters in the realm.
So my reputation precedes me. Regardless, this isn't about me.
Of course. This is about the boy behind you.
That it is. Let's talk business.
Of course. We must thank you profusely for bringing us Anlaf. He will be invaluable to Misthalin.
Everything has a price. How much are you giving me for him?
Well, given how important it is that he's not returned to Falador, nothing.
Nothing.
What? You thought we would pay you? Why on earth would we pay you when we could just take Anlaf for ourselves and leave you dead on the ground?
Hellhound?
Hysterical. Now cough up.
You think I'm joking? Ha! That's adorable! You might be one of the most capable men in Kandarin, but I'm one of the strongest men in Misthalin. You're not a threat.
I won't say it again. Anlaf is only going with you if you pay me a good sum of money.
How about this? I kill you, and once you're out of the way, we kill Anlaf and make sure Falador never recovers. Doesn't that sound like the best option to you?
You're not laying a finger on that lad.
I'll be interested to see how you plan to stop me when you're a corpse on the ground. I am not going to be beaten by an effector like you!
You try it.
Hellhound? Hellhound, are you alright?
That guy was a tough one. I'll give him that. I think this is the end for me, lad.
Hellhound, no.
I'm glad it ended this way, lad. If I'd given you to him, and he'd killed you.
Hellhound, what can I do? Surely there's a monk here who could heal you.
I don't deserve healing, lad. I'm a child born from sin. I've had a long life. Killed too many things. I'm not going back to that for another day.
Hellhound.
My love.
What is it?
There's one thing.
What? What can I do?
If you're going to rule, you need to be strong. You know what your actions will do.
What do you mean?
Take my sword and end me.
What? No!
I'm dying here anyway, lad. Make me your first blood.
I can't.
You need to. You'll be responsible for many deaths. If you become king, you should at least know what it feels like.
But...
Do it, lad.
I don't want to do this.
Welcome to the real world, lad.
We heard the whole thing, Anlaf.
Who are you?
I am Brother Jared, devout follower of Saradomin. I'm sorry we couldn't intervene earlier, but violence is not a matter that monks can get involved with. However, we can take you to Falador. You'll be safe there.
Really?
Yes, I promise. We'll protect you on the journey.
Then, let's go.
Come on, brothers. We're taking Anlaf home. Don't worry. Everything's gonna be alright.
Almost there, men. We can finally put an end to all this trouble.
Fear not, my men. With me at the forefront, we will defeat all those who stand before us.
I'm so glad to see so many of you from Relica. Together we can put aside all our past grievances and work towards making a new home for us all.
To Misthalin!
For Asgarnia!
To our new peaceful home.
Greetings, brothers. How many of you are there?
A lot. I hear there are not many left in Asgarnia.
That is correct. We've lost a lot of brothers to the wizards.
Do not worry. We have enough kin coming through the mountains now to fill the town to the brim.
That's good to hear. Wait. Do you hear that?
That doesn't sound like us. It's too uniform to be our brothers.
So, what's your explanation for the Fremenniks being defeated?
It was the wizards!
It's always the wizards.
More fighting?
Back under the table we go.
We've already sounded the horn. Attack!
They're charging! So much for peace! Brothers, defend yourselves! From the side, watch the tunnels!
They put up a fight. Men, formation D.
It looks pretty close so far.
Both sides are constantly gaining new troops. I suppose it's a matter of who runs out first. Have to keep up a kingly appearance, no matter the situation. I suppose we haven't much longer. Aeonzig?
Yes?
Fetch me my armor.
Where the hell is Misthalin? We can't hold out much longer.
Brothers, sisters, we must continue to defend our new home, lest we return to a life of fear of the Daggermouths. We will get through this, and tonight we'll drink to our fallen and their sacrifices to give us this land. Fremenniks, are you with?
Their leader is dead. Advance!
The battle is coming to a close. This is our chance. Men, charge!
Bro, what the hell? The Fremenniks are right in front of us.
Both of you will fall today.
Bro. Now!
Road, we must escape. It's now or never.
You underestimate me, Aeonzig. We can pull this back.
Road, there's too many. Go now.
I'm staying. Hold your positions! Stop retreating, you cowards!
We could have been allies, Rold. Why did you throw it all away?
Throw it all away? Ha! You know nothing about politics, boy. All you had going for you is your gigantic army, and now that's in tatters. Asgarnia is in ruin, and I have seen to it that the captain of my guard is to snuff out the life of their last hope of revival. Misthalin is standing strong, and taking you, Asgarnia, and the Fremenniks is still within our reach.
You're mad. You're surrounded. And you're still acting like you're coming out on top?
Are you threatening me? Look at you! Just a scrawny little colonel who thinks he's a big player in a world game. If you think you're so tough, why don't you prove your worth against me, huh? Let me go! I told you, Radek, if you want to prove your worth, then fight me by yourself. A scrawny little boy against a powerful king.
I decline.
And so another death is added to the tally. A list of how many men were killed to achieve nothing. The Fremenniks, aiming to settle down in a new town out of fear, returned to their province with the loss of so many brothers. Kandaren, their gigantic force now a fraction of its former glory, returned to their state of affairs. Misthalin, losing some of their best men and their iconic figures, all for the greed of a few. Thousands upon thousands never returning home to their families, to what's left of their families, because of a handful of men who wanted what was best for themselves. But perhaps this was not all in vain. For once there may be change in Gielinor. A journey can do a lot to a boy, especially when they're still growing. A journey can turn a boy into a man. It can mature them more in a single trip than they've matured in their entire life. A leader is so easily able to snuff out the lives of many when they live away in their castle, isolated from the consequences of their actions. So when a boy has seen firsthand the pain and misery he will cause, the true colours of men believed to be good, and how harsh life is to the many, the man may be a just leader. A leader conscious of the grief he will bring, and wary to it. A leader who thinks not only of himself, not only of the big, but of the small, of the people around him to whom he owes so much, from the rich to the poor to the individual. One cannot forget who turned a boy into a man. A man owes so much to just a single person. A single person can change a perception so easily, revolutionize a view of the world. And now a man lies at the center of the world stage. With the most blunt world leaders in an untimely grave, perhaps they too will be replaced by men who know to be selfless rather than selfish, to make their kingdom happy rather than themselves happy. Perhaps a man could unite them. Perhaps a view of a united world, a world of people living in harmony, is not such an outlandish idea. The stage is set, and the pieces in place, for a man to finally settle the conflict between the thrones of Gielinor.
How wonderful. Here I was, all along, sitting, waiting for an attack, when the rest of the world was at war with itself. Thousands upon thousands dead, and several kingdoms in disarray. The Lord of Chaos is going to be pleased. I didn't even have to stretch my wings. Thank you for this news, Caridian. I needed a laugh.
Well, let's think, Habibi. My master wants to speak with you. Take this.
Hello?
Hello, Draken! I'm Raj Patel, an Alcaridian prince with 5 max cash stacks to put in your bank account.